Hello and welcome to another video from Armoury Antiques and Militaria and our YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're well and that you're finding all the items you're looking for your collections, whatever that may be. And yeah, we just hope you're well. We've been really busy, as we always say down here. We just never stop, really. We don't have to rely on shows. A lot of people ask us, and we thought we'd mention it. Because we have a lot of people say to us when they come in the shop, oh, what shows do you do and which shows do you go to? Well, look, we used to do 90 shows a year. Yes, you heard me right, 90. We used to do back-to-back shows. We did the London Arms Fair when it was being held in West Brompton and Fulham back in the day. We'd do that show, pack up on the same day as the show, which we do very well at every year, and we drive straight up to Pudsey and we do the Pudsey show the day after. We do shows every weekend. We do 8-day long shows, such as the old War and Peace shows. There's not a show we haven't done. From Liverpool to Scotland to Devon to Cornwall, we've done them all. And we know, because we've done them all, and we've been around this business an awful long time, we know the good, the bad and the ugly. And we know who you want to deal with and who we don't want to deal with. And yeah, we've been around a long time. So it's a really useful experience to having done all those shows and seen what's available in different parts of the country. And we don't do shows anymore because we don't need to. And it sounds arrogant. It doesn't mean to sound arrogant, but we don't need to do shows. The best stuff we get is when people call us or when they see us, or we go and visit them at their home address, or they come into the shop. And like I've said on previous videos, really good things like SA daggers come in like this, 1933s in pristine mint condition. You don't see them, but we get them from families. We get all sorts of stuff coming in. And that's where the best stuff is. And because we've got a 5-star Google business rating, do not underestimate that. That's our customers giving us ratings on the service and the products that they've received. And we've got a 5-star rating. No other antiques, arms and armour dealer in the United Kingdom, or indeed the world, has that. And we produce 30 videos a month, and we're very proud of our reputation. And I think reputation is everything. And I've always been told that a reputation takes a lifetime to build and 2 seconds to lose. And we've always got that in the back of our mind. So we always try and give people open, honest information. We like to be clear about what we're selling. Or if we're appraising or buying items, whether it's medals, daggers, swords, uniforms, whatever, very honest with people so they know that we're being transparent and honest, and that's the best way to be. And we give them solid advice on what things are worth or what they're not worth, or break the news to them that it's not actually what they thought it might be. Fakes and reproductions and that sort of thing. Anyway, so what do we have for you today? Well, some of you will guess already what this is, and some of you will think, well, scratching your head at the other end of the channel here going, I don't know what that is. But what we've got here is an interesting article. Now, it's a gun, as you can see, but it's not a gun. So what is it then? It's a drill purpose bayonet practice gun from 1915. Now, let me give you an idea of the size of this thing, because it weighs quite a lot. So let's do it in, we'll do it in inches first. So in inches, from the butt to the end of the barrel, we're talking almost 46 inches. So centimetres, we're talking 117 odd centimetres. So it's quite a considerable size. So it's going to be a struggle to get it in shot for you. But we've got a real nice metal butt on one end with the original screws, as you can see here. And we've also got, try and get it into shot for you, we've got 1915 stamped here in the woodwork. And we've got the War Department crow's foot inspection and an X here. Now, there are other markings on this particular woodwork and on the metalwork, but difficult to show you. And if I bring it along, you'll hold it from the butt here, you'll see as I move it along the extreme size of this thing and the barrel at the far end, and I'm running out of space. There we are. And if I pull it along from the back edge here, you'll see what the back side of it's like. Got a number there as well, haven't we, and some other markings. There's a grip strap there, top of the rifle, then you'll see the barrel. So it's a gun that's not a gun. It's a drill purpose, literally, piece of wood and metal barrel for men to use for bayonet practice. Now, on the forestock of this particular example, there are lots of dents. Keep on dropping my tape measure, bear with me. Right, so there's lots of dents. Let me show you that. Here. And that's naturally what you're going to get with a drill purpose example when you're using it against other men who have the same weapons in training. They're going to continually bang up against each other, and that's what causes the bruising, not only on the stock, because you're going to use both ends. And not a lot of people realise this. When you're fighting with a gun with a bayonet, you're not just going to use the pointy end with the bayonet on that end. You're going to use the butt end as well, because it's like a staff. You're using both ends. This end as a club and as a defensive tool, and the other end obviously for penetration and the bayonet end. So don't assume that when you do bayonet fighting with a rifle, no matter what pattern or model it is, you're going to use one end, because that's just nonsense. You use both ends, simple as that, because it's useful for blocking, parrying, and also striking. Not only the butt end, but also the bayonet end. This thing's got some considerable weight to it, and these are always popular with World War I collectors, and this one's going to be really popular because it's untouched. A lot of the time we see these, they've been messed about with, and also the screws have been changed at the back here down by the butt. They're not original, but every fitting on this particular example is original. And that's really nice to see, because as I say, we see a lot of them that are messed about with and not very nice. But then again, age is another thing. You know, these things are really old, and you're bound to see some aging to them, but this one's great. So on the top of the metal mount here, I'll try and get it into shot, it's hard. We've got inspection marks here, and here, and we also have some on the barrel here. I'm sorry it's difficult to show you guys, it's really hard on camera, but I can assure you they're there. Now, there was one maker that made these, and I've put all the maker's details and stuff down in the description, but also on my website. If you look at our website, this will be listed, and we put it under the firearms and gun section, because I know it's not a gun, but it's a practice purpose, a rifle practice type of item. It belongs there. You'll see the description there on the website, and it'll tell you about the maker, the conditions. We've got close-ups of all these markings for you, so you can see them nice and clearly, because I'm sure some of you will want to see those. Now, originally with this particular object, let me show you the barrel end. It's a huge old bore on it, not that's important, and you can see there's a screw thread in there. Can you see that, guys? Now, there's a reason for that. Can you see the screw thread? There's one bit that's missing from this particular rifle, and it was a screw threaded, if you like, sprung. It has a spring and a plunger on it with a rod that sticks out with a flat end. And that was like, do you remember those old comedy daggers that you'd get as a kid? And you sort of stab someone with it as a joke, and it was plastic, and it would retract into the handle on a spring. Well, that's kind of the thing that we're talking about here. It would retract in and out of the barrel. And so that when you jabbed it at someone, you hit someone, it would give, and the spring would compress, and it would go in and out and push back into the barrel. I hope that makes sense, what I've said, but that's why there's a screw thread in there. And quite often that plunger part is missing, as is the case here, all right? As is the case here. But that's quite common for that to happen. I hope that's a simple enough description. I hope I've made it reasonably simple what I'm saying. If you're not sure, just type in, World War I bayonet practice rifle, and you'll see examples with the original plunger in the end where the screw thread was. Well, look, we hope you've enjoyed this video. We certainly enjoy having this item in the shop. It's something really different and interesting for people to look at. And if you'd like any more information, go onto our website, and we'd be happy to add to any information you want, or additional photographs or whatever. I think these are quite cheap, really, for what they are. And I think it has to be part of a collection, of a firearms collection from World War I, or someone interested in this type of weapon, even though, it's not strictly a weapon. It's a practice item and a bayonet practice dud rifle, if you like. Anyway, I think I've spoken enough. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Put some comments down below. We're always interested in comments you'd like to put down below, as long as they add to the knowledge around the object we're talking about, and aren't, which are not provocative. But in addition to that, you watching, yes, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps the algorithm get out there, so young collectors can learn more. Our channel's for everyone, right? You know that. But the caveat is, we're different here at Armoury Antiques and Militaria. We want our young collectors to learn, and to help them to learn, so they don't get taken advantage of by buying reproductions or copies that so many people offer out there to young collectors, and they waste their money on it. You, as an older collector watching this video, I'm sure you've made mistakes before. I certainly have during the 45 years I've been doing this, and you learn, and it's a painful lesson. So if I can stop someone from having that painful lesson, then that's what I'll do. Because young people, you know, money's not easily come by, nor was it when I was young. And it's hard when someone diddles you or cons you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As I've said, as we always say, look after yourself, stay safe, and why don't you pay us a visit down here at Armoury Antiques and Militaria? We're a physical antique shop, which is a rare thing nowadays. There's not many of us around, and lots of people come to us rather than anyone else because of their reputation. Our reputation is stone solid, rock solid, and that's why we get so many people travelling from all over the United Kingdom to buy from us, to sell to us, for us to appraise items, and that sort of thing. Anyway, we look forward to meeting you. Thank you for watching, and look out for our next video, which should be out today or tomorrow. Thank you.